We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. It has already been an incredibly violent start to the day. Just minutes after midnight, 6 people were shot in West Baltimore, 1 of them killed. We'll look at how this year's crime numbers compare to last year's. The man accused of leading police on this chase that ended with a pedestrian dead is in court. What a judge is saying about the case going forward. And right now on Capitol Hill, the CEO of TikTok is testifying before Congress about the app's ties to China. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin with breaking news. A mass shooting in West Baltimore leaves 1 person dead and 5 others hurt. It happened just minutes after midnight on Edmondson Avenue near North Franklintown Road. Police say those victims range in age from 15 to 24 years old. Now, to date this year, 57 people have been killed in Baltimore. Another 114 have been shot and injured. Turning now to a city in crisis. The man charged with killing a city school student would have been in jail at the time of the murder if he had not been given a reduced sentence for a 2018 burglary. Fox 45 News has learned 23-year-old Roger Alvarado Mendoza was charged with burglary in 2018. He could have received 20 years behind bars, but he was sentenced to just 6 months. Police say once out, he went on to shoot and kill 16-year-old city school student Isaiah Carter. A Baltimore City School police sergeant tells Fox 45 News that he's concerned about what led up to the shooting.
I'll say to the degree that I know or can share, I don't know what the motive is in this case. It's concerning that you have a 23-year-old adult male that is in close proximity of a school. And he's armed with a handgun, and there are teenage kids, engaged in an altercation, and one of them ends up shot and killed.
Sergeant Clyde Boatwright is also raising concerns about students coming and going from city schools in the middle of the day without permission. So far this year, at least 2 other students have been shot and killed during school hours. Topping your national news, a live look over Capitol Hill, where the CEO of TikTok is testifying before the House Energy and Commerce Committee. He is expected to tell lawmakers that the app's parent company, Chinese-based ByteDance, is not an agent of China. It is all part of the company's attempts to avert a government ban on TikTok.
At the end of the day, right now, over 150 million people's data is at risk, and that's something we're all concerned about, including, by the way, a lot of those people that are using those applications today that probably aren't aware of it.
Roughly 150 million Americans use TikTok. To try to prevent a ban, TikTok is preemptively making changes. It is rolling out a slew of new content guidelines designed to make the app safer. The changes include clamping down on deep fakes and third-party reviews of content containing conspiracy theories. We are going to continue to follow today's hearing. We'll bring you the latest on Fox 45 News at 4 and on our website, foxbaltimore.com. Just in this morning, there are new developments in the case against the man accused of stealing a car and leading officers on this chase right here that ended with 1 person dead. The case will now move to the circuit court, and according to the victim's sister, who was in court today, the next court date is scheduled for April. Earlier this week, a grand jury indicted the suspect, Sean Brunson, on a series of vehicular manslaughter charges in the case. 11:04, here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number 1, a suspended Baltimore City police officer is now in jail after investigators say they found drugs and a loaded gun in her car after a crash. Unique Shepard is the 3rd Baltimore police officer to face charges in less than 2 weeks. Another is accused of pulling a gun on someone at a Baltimore bar. A 3rd officer is accused of assaulting another officer while on duty. City State's Attorney Ivan Bates says it creates a strained relationship between police and the public.
You're seeing them working hard, seeing what they're doing on body cameras, and then it's alleged that you see these types of actions by a few. I'm angry.
A police source told Fox 45 News Shepard was caught drinking on the job, but Baltimore police would not confirm that detail. Trending number 2, a trial date has been set for the grandmother of the 9-year-old boy who police say shot and killed 15-year-old Nikayla Strouder last summer. Police say the girl was shot by that 9-year-old boy, but he hasn't been charged. State law prevents anyone under the age of 10 from being charged with a crime. However, the boy's grandmother, April Gaskins, is facing firearms charges in relation to the incident. That trial is scheduled for May 23rd. Trending number 3, Maryland State Police investigating a deadly crash that killed 6 construction workers. It happened on the Baltimore Beltway near Woodlawn. Police say 2 cars were involved. One crossed over barriers and into the work zone, killing those 6 workers. Charges are pending based on the outcome of the investigation. Trending number 4, a person jumps into the Inner Harbor to save a driver after their car crashed into the water. It happened near Phillips Crab House. A witness told our Fox 45 News journalist a Good Samaritan jumped in the water to help the person in that car get out.
To the man who saved him, I just really want to thank you, because, you know, it could have been tragically if the fire trucks didn't get in that in time. So, yeah, I just want to thank you.
It's not clear how it happened. The witness tells Fox 45 News that the driver was an older man. The fire union says everyone got out of the water and no one was seriously hurt. Trending number 5, city police are reclassifying a February homicide as a justified killing. Police say 42-year-old Joseph Garrison was trying to rob a man when that man pulled out a gun and shot him. Police say that person was a legal gun owner and had a right to defend himself. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, and weather anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. It was country night on The Masked Singer, but 2 contestants got the boot. We're going to show you who was behind the mask coming up. Could Skittles soon be banned? Why one California lawmaker wants the candies, along with several other popular snack foods, taken off of store shelves. But first, after yet another close call at one of our nation's airports, the FAA is releasing a call to action, what it is ordering airlines to do.
And I'm keeping track of showers moving across the state. I'll let you know when the rain finally ends and what to expect for the weekend coming up in my Weather Authority forecast.
Fox 45 News, winner of 17 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
Just in ahead of what is expected to be a busy spring break travel season, the TSA is reminding travelers about what they can and cannot travel with. Earlier this morning, that group talked about how to properly travel with weapons. The TSA is reminding travelers guns cannot be in a carry-on. They must be checked. Last year, the TSA intercepted 35 guns at BWI Thurgood Marshall. That is the most guns the group has flagged at the airport in its 21-year history. Taking a look now at your social stream, the Federal Aviation Administration is issuing an industry-wide call to action following several recent close calls on or near runways. The FAA's aviation safety call to action urges airlines to reinforce safety procedures and says airlines should work to identify hazards, increase and improve safety communications with employees, and enact mitigations. So far this year, there have been 7 close calls on U.S. runways. reaction to that. One person saying, okay, now this is just plain crazy. Talk about a nanny state. You know what? I think, is that the one? No, let's start here. Let's go here. I think the air traffic controllers need to do their job. If staffing is an issue, that needs to be addressed. There we go. And then another one saying, this sort of kind of sounds like someone who gets a restraining order. Doesn't really do any good, just a piece of paper. This is just words on paper. Step it up. Not really going to do any good. The Department of Health and Human Services is overhauling the organ transplant system. The network will soon have a new data dashboard. That dashboard will provide details about individual transplant centers, organ retrievals, and wait lists. More than 100,000 Americans are on the wait list for a new organ, and about 6,000 Americans die each year waiting for one. Reaction coming in. One person saying, finally, I've been without kidneys for 8 years now. Another saying, at first I was thinking, oh God, they're not going to try to privatize it, are they? But this actually looks to be a good and important infrastructure update to a very old system. Great to hear. A California lawmaker wants to ban Skittles. Under newly proposed legislation, foods with certain chemicals would be banned, and that includes Skittles, hot tamales, some baked goods, even more. Chemicals like red dye number 3 and titanium dioxide are linked to health issues. They're already banned in Europe. And that's when we go back to this one. One person saying, okay, now this is just plain crazy. Talk about a nanny state. Another person saying, good for you, California. Hopefully more states will follow. It's the start. Well, still ahead, the dating scene has gotten so bad, some singles say they are turning to AI for help, while some say it is not a good look for finding love. But first, a donor list for the Mosby Legal Defense Fund was released with every name redacted. Why donors are being kept secret? That's coming up. And later today at noon, it's Karamo. Then at 1, it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2. Your time now, 11:12 on Fox 45 News Midday. We are back with a live look over the Inner Harbor. The next weather maker is moving over us and bringing with it rain. Look how dark it looks out there. Coming up, just how cold it's going to get, and then when things will dry out. Continuing coverage now, just a day after announcing that City Council President Nick Mosby was in compliance with his orders regarding ethics violations, the Board of Ethics is releasing a list of donations that he received. However, the names of the people who donated are redacted. Olivia Dance explains why some people find that to be problematic.
We know that the Mosby Legal Trust received a little less than $15,000, but as you mentioned, we don't know the names of the donors, and it's possible we never will. Taxpayer watchdog David Williams weighs in. Take a listen.
Because we don't know whether they're individuals, whether they're businesses, whether they have contracts with the city. There's just so much information that isn't being known right now.
Now, to give you some background, over a year ago, when the Mosby's legal problems began to grow, a legal defense fund bearing the names of Nick and Marilyn Mosby began to surface. The city's ethics board found Mosby in violation of city ethics rules by not reporting the fund and ordered the council president to report the donors to the city. 10 months after that demand this week, the board is calling the case closed, saying it's confident that Mosby complied with the board's order. Now, Fox 45 News requested to review the donors of Mosby's former fund, but the names of those who contributed to the fund were blacked out. The ethics board defended its decision not to disclose the donors, saying they contain information about the finances of an individual, which the board is required to protect. But David Williams says that's a problem.
To say that this is just a legal defense fund and not a campaign fund is a distinction without a difference, because quite frankly, you are still giving money to an elected official.
The redacted donor list does say the zip codes of contributors. The highest donor lists a Parkville zip code. For now, reporting in the studio, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
We want to know what you think. Should Nick Mosby's controversies prevent him from running again? So far, 94% of those who responded say yes. Head to foxbaltimore.com/vote to weigh in. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:16, and now to today's talking point. If you online date, consider this. The next time you're reading someone's profile, they may not have written it, and for that matter, it may not have even been written by a human. A new report by the Daily Mail claims that some men are using ChatGPT to create dating profiles and to respond to potential dates. They claim it makes them feel more confident, with some getting dates in less than an hour. Still, some people feel that using AI to attract women is just dishonest. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now, and I'm going to go with the dishonest group. You can't do that. I mean, you can do it, but...
Well, let me just say, let me be a devil's advocate, Patrice.
Listening.
Some people aren't good with their words. Some people probably don't do a good job of, putting their words together. So if you say, you know, like the AI thing you record, and they say, tell me about yourself, and you're like, well, I'm bald, you know, I'm funny, I've got a great smile, don't have a lot of money, and then he puts it together. You know what I mean? Like he takes what you say and he makes it whatever, as opposed to you just being like, you know what I mean? I think it could help some people who aren't the best at putting their words together.
No, because then that's going to be a problem then when I agree to go out on this date with you and we meet up for the first time and you can't put a sentence together. That's going to make for a long night or a short night.
But I get you in, but once you get in front of me, then you can be like, okay, you know, okay, he obviously did not write his whatever. As long as it's not lies, you know, as long as it's not something that's not what the person is, I don't have a problem with it, but I understand the concern. Yeah, if it's a lie, but if it's not a lie, I don't mind.
I think it sets up a bad precedent that you want to already start this relationship faking it. I don't know.
Well, Patrice, I mean, that's easy. I mean, you know, you and Monty you both can communicate well. You got a lot going on.
Listen,
you know, it's easy to be like.
I wouldn't want this challenge. I would not want to be back on the dating.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't want to be in that world again. It seems really tough. So I understand doing whatever you can for whatever advantage. I mean, I get the idea of that. I just don't know if that's like putting up a false picture. You put up a different picture, and then I meet you, and you know. You're green, and I don't know.
It's your PR marketing team. You got your own PR and marketing team. No.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, we don't have to worry about it.
Right. All right. Thanks, Mark. The next weather maker is making for a wet start to our day, but luckily the weather we're seeing it here at home is nothing like the stormy conditions that meteorologist Jasmine Lomax is showing us. Those in California, they just can't get a break out there, Jasmine.
No, this has been such a crazy year for California, from the snow that they've had to the constant rain and even tornadoes. Not something you typically think of when you think of California, but the National Weather Service there actually confirmed an EF1 tornado left damage in parts of Southern California, which is rare for that portion of the country. You can see just the damage from those photos. They have had a mess of weather. They're still dealing with rain, and now here in our area, we have rain as well. Nothing like what they're seeing. Our totals won't be nearly as high, but this still could have impacts on your commute today and even into the weekend as we track more rain ahead of our next cold front. Right now, we're keeping track of rain approaching Baltimore. We've got some areas of moderate to heavy rain closer to the state line, and now the eastern shore is primarily dealing with showers. This will continue off and on, but later into the afternoon, we're actually going to start to dry out briefly. This is part of a larger system. This cold front that you see, areas of the country are under a flood watch. And then for the deep south, they're preparing for severe weather from this system. Outside, you can see just how gray and gloomy it is. Temperatures sit at 55, and pretty soon that rain will move into the city. Make sure that you're driving safely if you have to be anywhere. Temperatures are mainly in the 50s across the state. And as we head into the afternoon, we're looking at a big warm up. Temperatures will gradually rise to the upper 60s and the low 70s. You won't be able to enjoy much of these temperatures with the gloomy conditions and the off and on showers. Notice once we get to around 2 o'clock, we're mostly dry and mostly cloudy, but that doesn't last long. As we head into the evening and then into the night, we've got the chance for more rain on the way. These showers will continue off and on overnight and then into the morning. You'll want to add some extra time to your commute as we deal with more rain. This lasts into the afternoon when we could have areas of heavy rain, then into Saturday. Another day of rain before we finally dry out on Sunday. So today, high temperatures will be around 70, 55 and cooler behind the cold front, 62 with more rain on Saturday, 64 on Sunday. Then as we head into the upcoming week, we've got showers by the middle of the week and above average temperatures. Back to you.
Still ahead, rewinding and hitting play again. Why some fans think Blockbuster is about to make a comeback. But first, we're getting our first look at just how much the COVID vaccine could cost Americans once the government stops paying for it. That price tag coming up. And Primetime is all new tonight on Fox 45. First at 8, it's Next Level Chef. At 9, it's back-to-back episodes of Animal Control. And keep watching for Fox 45 News at 10 and the late edition at 11. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. Moderna is expected to charge about $130 for a single dose of its COVID-19 vaccine. That is once the company shifts to commercial distribution of the shots when the COVID emergency declaration expires in May. The cost would vary depending on contracts reached with healthcare systems and pharmacies, federal health programs, and other potential buyers. The U.S. government paid Moderna between $15 and $26 a dose and made them available at no cost. Could Blockbuster be entering the streaming market? The company's reactivated website has fans hoping it's true. The iconic video retail chain filed for bankruptcy in 2010 and currently has just one store open. But online sleuths noticed that the website is back in action with the words, "We are working on rewinding your movie," on its desktop version. So fans have now taken to social media to speculate on what that could mean, suggesting that it could be entering the streaming market. Inflation is taking a bite out of a famous New York pizza chain. Two Bros Pizza has famously charged just $1 a slice for years, but now the store is raising prices. It's now charging $1.50. Time now for your lunch break. Give your furry friends some extra treats today because it is National Puppy Day. How cute. Author and animal behaviorist Colleen Page founded National Puppy Day in 2006. She also founded National Dog Day and National Cat Day. Very cute pictures there. If you are looking to add a furry friend to your life, be sure to tune in to Fox 45 Morning News tomorrow morning. We're going to have our Pet of the Week from the Maryland SPCA and talk about pet adoption. Well, that's all we have for Fox 45 News at midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Hey, Patrice, a mom is accused of photoshopping her daughter's body before posting pictures of her online. How she's getting called out for body shaming a child. Be More Lifestyle is coming up next.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio B at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with comedian Ray Diva and meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Good morning, sisters. How are you?
Friday. Hello.
The most beautiful girls on TV. Okay, another big unmasking on The Masked Singer. The show went country, but 2 stars got the boot. Sent home first, whatever the name of the thing was she was in. We learned it was none other than 5-time WWE Women's Champion Alexa Bliss. Yes. And that wasn't the only surprise of the night. The Fairy also got sent home. She was revealed to be actress, author, and singer Holly Robinson Peete. Oh, so cute. Next week... So cute. Next week, the show goes retro with a trip back to the 80s. Yes. Watch next Wednesday, and see what they got going on. So, guys, what did you think? Were you surprised by any of our guests?
I couldn't get past Miss Cannon's outfit. I thought he looked like Rick James last night, and I just could not stop.
That was Rick James? I didn't know it was boots. I didn't know who that was.
I can't with you.
I thought it was Wiz Khalifa. Lady T, what do you think?
Oh, my God. No, honestly, I'm fans of both of them. We haven't seen Holly Robinson Peete in a long time since the Hanging with the Mr. Cooper days, remember? Yeah. So I haven't seen her in a hot minute, so it was good to see her. But I'm also a wrestling fan, so to see my favorite villainous WWE superstar, Total Diva, is amazing. Shout out to Alexa Bliss.
Wow.
She's the GOAT. She is the GOAT. She's like the best villain ever on
Lady
there.
T, you're so glamorous. I didn't think you were a big wrestling fan. Who knew?
What? Yeah, come wrestle me, baby.
Okay,
yes.
and by the way, Jasmine is not naked, guys. It's a new outfit.
Does she have clothes on? Is she nude? What is going on?
What did you think, Jazz? Are you a wrestling fan?
Not really, no. I don't know who these people are, but I know the creature. I know the little creature she was dressed as, and it's such a cute little adorable creature. If you look it up online, it's adorable.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, shout out to Jasmine and her Skims. That's what's up, girl.
Again, of course, next week the show goes retro. We'll go back to the 80s, my generation. Watch Wednesday night at 8 right here on Fox 45. A new post on Reddit is calling out a mom for apparently photoshopping pictures of her daughter to make her appear slimmer than she is. A friend of the woman says the photos are obviously edited. She says images in the background
I was like, the photos were so good, it was blank.
Well, now, okay, you're a mother. You're a mother, Ray Diva. Are you frown on this, or are you like, you don't mind?
If it was another country, no. You know they get dowries for their kids. But I think the daughter
just cannot
photoshopped herself. I don't think the mom did it, because I looked at the picture. I'm like, that kid did that, and the mom just posted it.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, moms don't know
she
that
really
technology.
knows how to. Maybe she's good at it. I don't know. But I do have a problem with her editing it if it was her. I have a problem. Edit your own stuff if you want to look, a different way. I feel like I'm fine with that. But her editing her kids' photo, is that normal? I don't know if that's a normal thing to do.
Do you use any edits when you post?
Oh, baby, let me tell you, I'm filter crazy, okay? But I had a friend tell me that he said I'm beautiful, and I was like, you know what? He said, you don't use the filters no more. So now I take a filter picture and a non-filter picture for balance, y'all, obviously.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
Jasmine, we already know what you're going to say, so look, we want you to tell us. Is it okay for parents to Photoshop
Take that lady.
their kids? Vote on the website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on the Fox 45 News app, and then the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. I'm kidding, Jasmine, of course. Now, spring break's almost here. That means a lot of people will travel. So when you travel, who are you expected to tip when you travel? Expectations have changed recently with a rise in mobile payments that prompt you to tip. According to etiquette experts Emily Post, tipping is supposed to make both parties feel good. If it makes you feel bad, then it's not the right time to tip. And while it's always nice, Post say tipping is not always necessary, with the exception of table service. So we'll start with you, Jazz. Do you know, like you're right, we see these tipping things now, everybody's asking for tip. Are you the kind that tips or not necessarily?
Well, I think it depends on where you go, because in some countries, they frown upon tipping. So I think you really have to know where you're going, but if it's a common thing to tip, of course I'm going to do that. You get your little 20%.
Okay, Lady T?
I'm a tipper. I'm a tipper. Sorry, no. I do go based off of the customer service. Like, I would love to see if you treat me well, if you're nice, if you suck up to me, tell me nice things, then I will definitely increase that tip. It'll be a little bit more than $2 if you do that. So yeah.
Okay. Now Ray Diva, I'm curious.
Depending on where you go, you either tip or you get robbed. So I suggest you tip because you don't want it. You want to give it away voluntarily.
When you're a stripper, is that considered a tip that you get on the stage, or is that just your income?
It's a tip.
And it's not taxable, right?
I tell you what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to take that joke. I'm going to leave it right there. Speaking of jokes, Ray Diva, are you anywhere this weekend?
Yes, I'm at Bowie for 2 shows. The 25th with Joe Claire and Melanie Camacho. Y'all got to get tickets to come out and see us.
Oh my goodness.
You're in my part of town.
And make sure you tip Ray Diva, okay?
Yes.
All right. Thanks everybody. Still ahead, the Guinness Book of World Records is naming those popular artists. Lady T is breaking down the group that might come as a surprise. But first, a Hollywood skin treatment at home. The new red light therapy that helps promote youthful and clear skin without the Hollywood price tag. Don't you go anywhere. Stay with us.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Genevieve Gorder is here to share a deal on a popular product men and women love. She'll explain why this one of her favorite self-care products in America steals and deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
I'm so excited to bring back one of our top sellers, one of our very top sellers, the Solar Wave. Now, this little device, so good. This little device uses red light therapy, warmth and massage, as well as microcurrent to stimulate your skin to improve those fine lines, wrinkles, and tighten everything. All I can say, we see a ton of products. People send us everything, and we found this superstar just for you. I know the beauty space is really overwhelming. So we did all the work for you. We curated this product. The before and afters speak for themselves. And it's not only great for your face, but it's also great for your neck and your chest areas. And these are areas we often ignore. All you have to do, just wait for it, is use it for 5 minutes a day. That's it. And you will start to see results. You just have to roll it over your face. That's it. I keep it right by my nightstand. You can feel it working on your skin, the tightening, absolutely relaxing. It just feels good. Now, we all love finding at-home beauty tools that we can use without going to the spa and spending all that extra money or all that extra time. We're offering 33% off the Solar Wave. I would advise all of you to buy this now because it's not going to last. So to take advantage of this deal and so many more, go to asadeals.com.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Plugara.
Just in time for Easter and spring brunches, we have one of the top pastry chefs in New York to provide expert baking tips and tricks, all to prepare memorable desserts and make your gatherings extra special. We're joined now by award-winning pastry chef Michelle Palazzo. She's teaming up with Plugara. I don't know how to say it, Michelle. How do we say it? Plugara?
Plugara.
There we go. To tell us all about it. Tell us about these delicious desserts.
Great. So I always feel like Easter is such a celebration of spring, and it's really the perfect time of year to have some fresh ingredients incorporated and to try something new. So using Beluga European style butter is a perfect occasion for people to incorporate into their new baked goods or recipe developing.
And so what makes this the special time of year, the right time for desserts and pastries?
Well, this time of year I love it because we get all of these fresh ingredients. It's kind of an awakening of spring. And you know that this ingredient is quality ingredients. And I know that better butter does matter. You know, it's a staple for a lot of my recipes that I use. So I know that Beluga European style butter is at 82% butter fat, which is the French standard, where a lot of the butter that we're getting is only around 80%, where that may not seem like a lot. That 2% really matters and will make a flakier crust and richer results. And it's really elevated my strawberry rhubarb eclairs that I make this time of year.
I love it. And what are other benefits of using the quality butter?
Well, quality butter, I know that I'll have a better tasting results. You know, Beluga European style butter is a brand that I've been using in my kitchens professionally for 10 plus years. It's always a staple for all of our pastry chefs. So it's something that I know that if I use quality ingredients, I'll just get a quality and better tasting dessert.
I love it. And what are some professional baking tips that work at home?
So first things first is we always want to be using unsalted butter for all of our baking and cooking. And then we kind of want to talk about how temperature of your butter actually does really matter. So when we're making like a sablé breton or cakes or cookies, we really want to be making sure that that butter is at room temperature. And then actually the polar opposite, but when we're making like pie dough and scones, biscuits, we want that butter to be as cold as possible. So really understanding what your butter could do for you and how to incorporate those into the recipes is super important.
As we wrap things up, do you have some other tips to share with us?
Yeah, so we just talked about how room temperature butter is super important. So we're going to actually take that room temperature butter and we're going to do a creaming method. So creaming method is really going to change the texture of our butter. So we're going to take sugar and butter and whip that together, and pretty much that's going to emulsify together, and that's going to make a beautiful textured dessert.
Oh my goodness, great information. Again, where can we get more of this good information?
You can find all of these tips and tricks and these recipes at Peluga.com.
Thank you so much. Have a great one, okay?
You too.
Still ahead, a new face for a new ad campaign for Kim Kardashian's Skims, and it's not Jasmine. And Giselle tells all, exposing what went wrong with her marriage to NFL star Tom Brady. Lady T spilling the tea. Coming up next. And it's time to spill the tea this Thursday. Lady T joins us right now.
Hey, fellow tea sippers. All right, listen up. Gisele Bündchen is spilling all of the tea about her ex and NFL MVP Tom Brady and their relationship. This is her first time addressing their divorce. She told Vanity Fair magazine, "It was the death of my dream." Whoa, powerful, right? So in her interview with them, she says that she did not give Tom an ultimatum. She did not force him to choose between the NFL and her. She also denies dating Tom Brady's friend, real estate developer Jeffrey Soffer. Gisele said, "That's Tom's friend, not mine. We're not even cool." She says she will always cheer for Tom, though. They have 2 kids together and were married for 13 years, y'all. She's on the front cover of Vanity Fair's April issue. I find that interesting about the Jeffrey Soffer guy because I thought that was her new babe, but she's saying that is not the case. So I'm glad she's actually speaking up for herself and telling us the truth about what really went down. So what are your thoughts, Mark?
I mean, those words, "the death of my dream," that hit me.
Powerful.
That hit me, Lady T.
It did, right? Because she really wanted that relationship. You could tell she was so, and I could tell that was a good match. I think they're gonna circle back. I
hope so.
This is circle back I'm down for. Okay, all right. Up next, you guys, I've got other big trending news. R&B singer SZA, she stripped down for a Skims campaign shoot and received a high honor. So she was dubbed Woman of the Year by Kim Kardashian. She is now the face of the new Fits Everybody underwear campaign. Now, Kim praised her for her honesty, her confidence, and her dynamic energy. She told People magazine that she's excited to be partnering with a brand that makes women feel comfortable and sexy. Now, she has like 3 songs playing on the radio currently, and now this. So sis is really in her bag right now. Congrats to her. I was going to buy some Skims, but I'm getting a little different feedback from different people at this point in time. But Mark, you said you had some Skims on currently. Is that what the case is? Because
I have on Mims. I have on Mims right now.
Is it giving you the support that you need?
It does. It actually is.
I love it. I love it. Okay, up next, you guys, because the thing keeps spilling. All right. So the artist The Weeknd, now he's setting new records. According to Guinness World Records, he's officially the most popular artist on the planet. This according to their data, because it couldn't be nobody else's at this point. So he just broke 2 records on Spotify. One for the most monthly listeners in Spotify history by passing the 111 million mark, and the other for being the first artist to breach the 100 million monthly listeners mark in general. Miley Cyrus, Shakira, Taylor Swift, and Ariana Grande were his closest competitors, according to Guinness Book of World Records. And they were all women, so happy Women's History Month. Hey. Ed Sheeran was the male who came the closest to him, just FYI. So congrats. He came in second, but yeah, I'm kind of shocked. How is he the most?
Yeah, it feels like now, it's like food nowadays. Like, is this really food? Is this really music? It doesn't feel like, I can't see this.
Yeah, I can't, it's not setting in for me because you have Taylor Swift on her Eras tour right now, and you got Beyonce alive just in general with her being. So I'm just like, how did they skip over that and we landed? And you know what? It's The Weeknd.
Maybe his name is the key. Everybody celebrates The Weeknd.
Everybody
but not
celebrates
everybody
The Weeknd.
Celebrates The Weeknd.
That's what it is, and now we have to celebrate The Weeknd and his new records. All right, well, that's it for the tea for today. Thank you so much, Mark. Now, y'all know what to do at home. Y'all got to go sip on all that tea.
That's right. And a wet start to our morning here at home, so let's look for something better. Time for your Best Weather in America. Meteorologist Jasmine Lomax is right here. What's up, Jasmine?
Hey, Mark. Yeah, we're heading down to Alabama, Cherokee, Alabama, for this gorgeous sunrise this morning. The colors in the photo, absolutely stunning. So let's see if we can make those larger. There we go. You can see the pinks and purples in the background and the trees, some of the blue sky as that sun begins to rise there. Absolutely gorgeous. A great start for them. Unfortunately for us, not quite the same. We're starting with showers. We had rain this morning and even a couple rumbles of thunder, a little lightning that you may have noticed. Now we're starting to see those showers push toward the eastern shore. However, we have a little rain here over Baltimore right now. You'll likely be driving on wet roads for much of the day, so make sure that you're driving safely. This is all part of this cold front that's moving across the region. This will be our next weather maker, resulting in a big cool down as we head into the weekend. 55 currently, and you can see those raindrops on our camera in the background. It is just gray and gloomy over the harbor, and that's how most of the day will be. Our temperatures are mainly in the 50s across the state. But as we head into the afternoon and evening, we're actually looking at those numbers rising to the upper 60s and the low 70s. Unfortunately, though, there is that chance for a couple of stray showers. Notice around 2 p.m. we're mostly dry and mostly cloudy, but by about 5, 6, 7, more rain appears, and this is going to continue overnight and then into the morning. As you're driving, make sure to drive safely and give yourself some extra time on the roads tomorrow morning. Rain coverage increases as we head into the afternoon, and we could be dealing with areas of heavy rain at times. Rain continues into Saturday, but by Sunday, we're back to dry weather for the end of the weekend. 70 for the high temperature today, mid-50s tomorrow. Then we're looking at the 60s on Saturday and Sunday. After that, 59 and dry on Monday, but we've got rain for the middle of the week. Then temperatures will stay above average in the upper 50s and low 60s. Back to you.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Maple Grove Medical Clinic.
Approximately 30 million men in the U.S. are affected by ED. Maple Grove Medical Clinic offers a revolutionary approach to treating ED without pills, injections, or surgery. We're joined by Mark Kramer from Maple Grove Medical Clinic. Mark, talking about ED can be embarrassing, even with a physician. What are some of the things you do for the patients to make them more comfortable talking about something that's so sensitive?
Yeah, so guys, just understand that our staff is all male. Okay, so we want to make it as comfortable as possible, a very discreet and confidential environment as well. And keep in mind, your goal should be get your ED taken care of. Our goal is to help you do that. So we want to make sure everything goes as smoothly as possible.
Your treatment is different. Why is this treatment such a great alternative to pills that don't always work?
Yeah, so the pills don't always work, but also know that the pills, they've been around for a long time, right? Guys have been taking the pills. They've been dealing with side effects with the pills, which can sometimes get in the way of the desired outcome as well. The other thing is that pills require timing. Our acoustic wave therapy is non-invasive, and it treats the root cause of erectile dysfunction, and that's going to allow the spontaneity back into your relationship.
Let's talk a bit about the science. Tell us about the research and studies performed on this type of treatment.
Yeah, dozens and dozens of studies across 5 different countries have looked at acoustic wave therapy for the treatment of the root cause of erectile dysfunction, even studies from Cambridge University as well as the Cleveland Clinic. And those studies show the benefit of utilizing acoustic wave therapy in opening up the blood flow.
Now, do men undergoing the procedure experience any pain or any discomfort?
Yeah, that's the great thing about this, guys. There is no pain or discomfort with the acoustic wave therapy. Small device is placed on the skin, so this is non-invasive. That device will deliver gentle pressure waves to the blood vessels. That will help to open up the blood vessels, giving an increase in blood flow where and when a guy needs it the most. Again, we are treating the root cause. And by the way, your spontaneity will be back into the relationship as well.
Awesome. So look, tell us about the incentive Maple Grove is offering right now for men who are considering visiting the clinic or watching right now.
Yeah, guys, call Maple Grove Medical Clinic right now. If you've been thinking about having your ED treated, call us now. You're going to get the exam, the assessment, even the blood flow ultrasound, absolutely free. In addition to that, a gift which can produce rapid results in the bedroom. But call now, guys. Don't put this off any longer.
Mark, thanks for this great information.
Thank you very much.
A mom is being called out, accused of digitally editing her young daughter's body to make her look slimmer. Coming up, what you're saying about protecting kids online. A new post on Reddit is calling out a mom for apparently photoshopping pictures of her daughter before posting them online. A friend of the woman says the photos are obviously edited. She says images in the background are often distorted due to the mom's amateur photoshopping skills. We want you to tell it. Is it okay for parents to Photoshop photos of their kids? 70% of those who have voted say no. And we got a great show lined up for tomorrow. We've all heard of dry wedding, where there's no alcohol served. Well, one bride is taking it a step further and says she's only serving water on her big day. I ain't going. Why she's doing it, how it's dividing her family. We'll talk all about it tomorrow on Be More Lifestyle. And again, thank you for having us into your home. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that at Be More Lifestyle. Take care. See you tomorrow.